What's going on, y'all? So I'm trying to explain a lot of things right now. I'm gonna be really all over the place because I'm not typically a reaction channel, I guess. I don't know. Uh, but sometimes like I listen to these videos when I'm at work and I'm responding to this video Brett Cooper made or whatever. And like it's not this just happens to be a video that I feel motivated to make a video about or a response to. But like I'll be at work and I'm listening to these videos and like I'll obviously have opinions about them, and I'm thinking, and like, I want to share them with other people. So this video isn't anything special in that regard. It just so happens to be the one I'm making a response to. But something in it kind of, I don't want to say it pissed me off, but it's just like I think I have something valuable to add or to say, so that's why I'm making this video. I know it's a lot to explain, but I don't know. I want to make these kind of videos, but I listen to these things at work, and then when I get home, I'm just like, man, I don't even care anymore. I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do. So anyway, let's get into the video. All right, I know this is kind of lame. I originally tried to explain all this without putting the video like in this video, but honestly, it would be better just go to the original video. I'll link it in the description or in the pinned comment. Start at 52 seconds and end around 4:56, and that'll explain what she's trying to explain, and because I don't want to take her out of context or nothing, but just watch that video and come back here, please. Honestly, like I don't disagree with any of that. Like if you don't have a job, you're a bum, you're a loser. Like everybody needs a job. But here's the thing, I will say this though, and please watch the original video. I'm gonna try to splice in some things, I guess, but obviously there's like copyright and stuff. Like this is all fair use, but YouTube is retarded and whatever. But anyway, here's the thing. So I have to say this about myself. I grew up with a single mom, and I was thankfully surrounded by enough people. Like I'm not gonna say I had a rough life, but I definitely didn't have an easy life. I had to, my mom would probably be heartbroken. I mean, she probably knows this, but she'd be heartbroken if she heard me say it. Like, I had to raise myself as a kid. I don't want to get into my personal life too much, but I need to say that. So she thankfully taught me a lot of work ethic values and the value of work and these other kinds of things and like being independent, that kind of thing. She was widowed, by the way. My mom didn't, there's no divorce or nothing. I got instilled those values as a kid remarkably, even with a single mom, which is very rare. But however, a lot of these young dudes are growing up with single moms, and I'm just gonna be straight out, like, single moms are the cancer of the fucking planet. Okay, I haven't established my views on this channel, so you hear that, you're like, oh my god, this guy's a bigot, and okay, whatever. Anyway, but no, like, single moms, my own mother has told me this. Like single moms are the worst thing that have happened to the planet. And obviously she didn't have a choice. She got what my dad passed away. The reason I keep focusing on single moms is because we're talking about men here, okay? From what I understand, most men in America are growing up with single moms. Young men do not fear their mothers. Me and my mom have talked about this. My mom was legitimately terrified. Okay, I am 6'3", and I'm huge. Okay, I'm built. Like, I'm not bragging, I'm huge. My mother was legitimately scared of me as a teenager because I had a lot of problems and whatever. But what I'm getting at is that had I not been instilled at a young age these values that I was talking about before, I could have been very screwed as a teenager. I probably wouldn't have been working a full-time job like I was in high school. I'm talking about the physical aspect here so much because, and I know we live in a world where we can't tell the difference between men and women, but men are stronger than women. Young boys are stronger than adult women. A mother cannot tell a young man to do something and have him actually do it unless he's like a really good kid or whatever. Okay, this is why dads are important. Dads will literally beat the shit out of their sons if they need to, and they can. That's the whole reason dads are important. Okay, do you think my mom could tell me to do anything? She literally couldn't. Okay? Like You can't tell young teenage boys to do something if they don't want to do it. You have to force them to do it. That's the whole problem. And obviously, again, it's not the same for all teenage boys, but that's how young boys grow up. That's their puberty. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, moving on. She's talking about how young men aren't getting licenses. Okay, well, here's some reasons for that. One, we don't need to be right next to our friends anymore. I can see my best friend and then not see him for like a month, and then we hang out and we're still best friends. Okay, we don't need to be right next to each other to hang out or whatever. Okay, young guys, their friends are online, and that's just enough for them. They can just talk to their bros online, play Call of Duty or whatever, and they're good. They can call them on the phone. They can do all this stuff. We don't live in a physical world anymore, or as much. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, yeah, it's like, all right, hey bro, let's go hang out. You literally had to call them up and say, hey, let's meet here. So that's one reason why licenses aren't important to young guys. Second, again, the whole work ethic thing, I've already kind of ranted about that. So guys aren't working jobs, and for all the reasons I stated, so that's that. And the part that she says right here is one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video. And again, like, this isn't me attacking Brett Cooper. Like, it's not that serious, it's nothing personal. But this just really rubbed me the wrong way.
They are stunted. They do not have any independence.
Yes, because their mothers are incapable of teaching them that.
And they do not want the independence.
That was the part right there that just really fucking pissed me off, because that is just such a lie. And obviously I'm talking about my own life, but really my own life is not even important here. Again, it goes back to the fact that you can't expect young kids to quote unquote want independence when they don't even know what the fuck they're supposed to do. And again, that really, this goes down to females too, like young female, like, nobody knows what the fuck they're doing, young kids. They don't know why they exist on this fucking planet, because they grow up with no families, they grow up with no purpose. And, again, I'm blaming single moms here, because females control sex, and people like to say that males control marriage, but that's a lie too, because guess what? Females can initiate divorce whenever they want, and they get all the cash and prizes, as someone I like to watch says. Females control this stuff, because we've allowed them to control it. That's the problem. Females have too much power. I'm not even going to start talking about feminism, which is another thing females have done. And, if I keep making videos where I basically express my opinions, I hope I can sound more rational, because I sound very irrational right now. But this is how it is. This is the facts of the situation. Yes, someone can easily just say, oh, well, there's plenty of other things that are the problem. Well, yes, but this is the core problem. The family is destroyed because of females. And to comment about men not getting licenses because of taking girls on dates, trust me, I want to rant about it, but I'm not going to do it in this video, because I want to at least be taken somewhat seriously, so I don't want people to write me off completely. Third, and she says it in the video, she's like, guys used to get their license to go on dates and stuff. Okay, yeah, well, I don't know if you've noticed, but, like, women are quite literally cancer. I mean, I just want to leave it at that, honestly. There is so much to say here. I mean, modern women are complete and utter fucking garbage. I guess Brett Cooper's in that equation too. Okay, I don't want to throw shade, but I just want to say it how it is. Okay, Brett Cooper is not a typical girl. Okay, she's literally famous. She's rich and famous. She does not know and, like, I don't want to be unfair here, okay? Like, she simply does not understand how normal people are. Like, I know, and trust me, I love the Daily Wire. I love Ben Shapiro and all that. But these people do not understand how normal people are. And, like, they try to relate, and this is the huge problem. They're not with it. Okay, Brett Cooper grew up, not famous, but she was literally in movies and stuff. She grew up very privileged, even though she had a divorced family. Plenty of rich people have divorced families. That's not uncommon. Okay, Ben Shapiro has grown up with a full family, which is not common, as we've talked about. He grew up very wealthy. Not wealthy, but wealthy compared to a lot of people now. And then they say these things, and that's why I'm getting pissed off, because they truly don't understand. They don't live the life of normal people like me and you. Me and you hopefully being someone that I can relate to. And I completely understand that is literally the sole purpose of Brett Cooper's channel. The whole reason she's hired on the Daily Wire is because she's young. She's not too famous, but she's not also, like, unknown. She's got a good personality. She's attractive, all this stuff. Literally the sole reason she's on the Daily Wire is to appeal to young people. And I think she's clearly successful, and I think she does a good job. And that's why I'm saying it's not personal. And I'm not sitting here expecting her to know all these things or be, agree with me on everything, clearly. And I don't want to side rant about something off topic necessarily, but, like, this is something that, this is my advice to the Daily Wire. Like, you when you're talking about young men, they need to get people that are legitimately, like, this sounds lame. I'm not shilling for myself when I say this. You need to take someone with a mindset like mine that is just a normal guy that can relate and get these ideas across to young men without sounding pretentious. Because that's what it sounds like. That's why it pissed me off, because I'm like, you have no fucking idea what it's like being a young man. You're literally, and even if she was just a quote-unquote normal girl, she has no idea what it's like to be a young man either. And again, that is not me. Like, I do not want to sound like a leftist in the sense that, like, well, you have to be this and this to be able to talk about this subject. That's not what I'm saying at all. All I'm trying to say is if you want this message to be conveyed in a more impactful way, then this is not the way to do it. And again, like, obviously I don't expect Brett Cooper to cover all the issues in the world and do them exactly perfect, but, you know, I've been watching the Daily Wire, or at least Ben Shapiro, for years. I mean, shit, I've been watching him for, like 8 years now, at least. And it's like, they talk about men's issues, but again, it goes back to this, like, you don't really understand what you're talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, I get why they hired Brett Cooper, because, like, she would get more eyes. Frankly, you know, no one wants to watch some guy. But, you know, this is something they need to do, like, truly. Like, they need to hire just some... I don't want to say it because he's like a redneck or whatever, but, like, they need to hire, like, a Larry the Cable Guy. Okay, they need to hire just some normal guy that just talks about stuff, and no religion, no politics necessarily. Okay, you know, I'm gonna name drop him. The guy I was referring to earlier is Better Bachelor. He's awesome, and he's extremely rational. He's not rightist, he's not leftist, he's in the middle. He's just a normal guy. He talks about his life, his experiences with these kinds of things. That is the kind of guy you need to hire. Okay, that is the kind of guy that you need to just put out episodes like this if you want to talk about young men's issues, because he is so relatable. He doesn't even agree, like, the stuff he says, I don't even agree with half the time, but it's just like, the dude is so relatable and can get this message across very clearly and precisely and in a very rational way. Anyway, getting back to the actual video.
The New York Post wrote that 6 out of 10 young men are single, and these are the disturbing reasons why. That's what they wrote. And it is not because they cannot find a date. And I'm sure some of them maybe feel like they can't, but they are choosing this. Again, that is the most shocking part. They are making these choices for themselves.
Why is that shocking? Honestly, see, this is what I'm talking about. These people do not live in the real world. And I don't want to say that in a mean way. Like, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Brett Cooper is not going to the bars like we are, okay? She literally has security. She has cameras on her, okay? She is not going on the dating apps in the same ways that we are. I think she actually... I remember watching a video where she said she was on them or something. So she is on these dating apps, but she's not on Tinder, okay? And I'm not saying you're gonna find quality females on Tinder, okay? But, like, she's not like us, okay? And again, she's definitely not like young men, okay? You know, females' experiences on dating apps is completely different compared to males. Brett Cooper is just the same as all these other females that go around saying, oh yeah, I'm a 10, and they're like fat and hideous looking, okay? She is the exact same. But, you know, maybe she deserves her status as a 10, but she's not any different than the girls that think they are a 10. Okay, so she's competing with the same people, you know, fairly or not. Okay, so to a guy like a normal guy like me, it's like, okay, yeah, like she's just like another female that's like, oh, I'm better than you. And I'm not saying she goes around thinking she's better than everybody, but she might deserve a higher value man, which is fine. That's great. But all I'm saying is, to a quote-unquote normal guy, the guys that we're talking about here, she's just another one. Just flat out. The kind of man Brett Cooper is going to be looking for, and I would love to be proved wrong. He's going to be rich. He's going to be good-looking. You know, like, I'm sorry. You do not relate to normal guys. This is just factual biology stuff. Brett Cooper is very successful, so she's only going to be dating people up. Women do not date down. I'm just trying to explain why, to someone like me, you put off people like me. And I want the Daily Wire to reach more young men. That's why I do not want you to put off young men. I, as an average earning, above average looking guy, I would say, you know, like, I'm not bragging. I'm tall, I'm big, I'm pretty muscular. You know, it's like, I do better than a lot of these guys that I talk to in my normal life. You know, like, I understand their problems as a young man. I do have a little better than they do, but yeah, I opt out from dating. Because females are just the absolute worst. Okay, they're terrible people. You can, like, I have I'm only saying this just to get my point across. I have dated lots of people. Honestly, if I had to put a number on the amount of females I've dated, and I mean dated like, gone on dates with them, like actual dates with them. I'm not just talking to them on the internet. I mean like actually meeting up and doing, hanging out, doing stuff, whatever. It's up in the 50s. Do you want to know how many of those girls I've actually like taken seriously in the sense of like, I want to put my time into you and actually like get in a relationship? Three, I think? I would consider three, honestly. And all of them are just the absolute worst experiences I've ever had in my life. Like, females today are just not only, they're incredibly unintelligent for the most part. They're not deep thinkers. They're constantly on their fucking phones. I've dated, and I'm not over here dating super hot models. That's something else I need to say. I like normal, like I don't find conventionally, I don't find supermodels like attractive. Like, yeah, they're good looking, but I'm just like, yeah, you're dumber than bricks probably and stupid, and I don't find that attractive. I like just normal girls. Like I like cute, girl next door, I don't like those hot females because those females are on social media probably taking pictures of their butthole, trying to get other dudes. Like, I don't find that attractive. That is a complete turn off to me. So I go for quote unquote normal girls. So yeah, if me as a quote unquote successful guy in terms of girls, like if I'm opting out, you don't think normal dudes are opting out? They literally don't have a chance because these deluded females won't give them one? It's so cringe. These females today on the streets that you're talking to on normal everyday life, they literally think they're the second coming of Christ. That's not me just saying that. They literally think that. All right, we're getting to the end of the video. I'm going to chop this last part up because there's a lot I want to say, but we're almost done.
Young men are watching a lot of social media. They're watching a lot of porn, and I think that they are getting a lot of their needs met without having to go out. So they are choosing not to date.
Completely wrong. Like this right there is exactly when I was like, yep, I gotta make a video about this. Yes, some men like myself are choosing not to date because it's absolutely terrible and there's nothing to be gained from it. Okay, but those other guys I was talking about, they literally just don't have a chance. They can't even imagine. Like they don't get a chance. There are so many kids that I've talked to. They're like, no, I've never had a girlfriend. I've never even been on a date. Dead ass. I mean, like normal looking dudes. Like, yeah, they're not supermodels. They're not butt ass ugly either. Like they just don't get a chance. But what we're not also talking about right now is why females are not dating. Because they choose not to date either, because they can get all their attention on social media. So there's no incentive for girls to date, and there's no incentive for guys to date. But then also, it's the girls not giving the guys that want to. There are plenty. Let me tell you, there are plenty of guys, including myself. If I could find a woman that would commit to me for the rest of my life, I would die for that. I want that so bad. There are so many guys that are just like that. They don't have the chance to do it. And then, of course, females aren't dating as well because they can get all their money needs met without men. Good for them. Women are strong and independent, don't need no man. Yet they're the most miserable they've ever been. They can sell pictures of their butthole on the internet for $1 billion, and they can work their crappy jobs that they hate for all the money they need. And then for the guys like me that actually do get the chance to at least, date and have that experience, yeah, no, I choose not to date. You know why? Because I don't want half my shit taken. I don't want my kids taken from me. Okay? You see it all the time. And that's the thing. It's not just normal guys. Look at all the billionaires. The actual literal billionaires. Elon fucking Musk. He's been divorced. How can you be the richest man on the planet and still get divorced? I really don't even need to go on, and I won't, because maybe I'll talk about stuff like that in another video. But that's all you need to know. The systems in place do not work. Okay, like, the whole idea of marriage was that it was bound by religion, and people took religion seriously. Okay, the state saying, oh, yes, you're married now, and then, oh, also, you can leave at any time you want, and then the man is immediately forced to pay child support, and and the courts favor the women, and so they get custody, even though it's shown that single mothers are literal actual cancer on children, and it turns out, actually, that studies are coming out saying, oh, yeah, well, men are actually better parents single than women, but that's all, whatever. That's just all rants. And obviously, I'm talking to people like Brett Cooper. I clearly don't need to even bring up abortion. The fact that if I get serious with a woman at any fucking moment, she can just say like, yeah, no, I don't feel like having a kid anymore, and just fucking end that motherfucker. Like, yeah, okay, cool. I definitely want to get married and take women seriously. Yeah, no, that sounds like a great investment of my fucking time. You want to put my fucking conscience on the line on top of my wealth? And then women proclaim, oh yeah, I just want to stay at home, but I don't know how to cook, and I don't know how to clean, and not even that I don't know how to do that stuff, I won't do it because oh, you're a man, you could do everything by yourself. And yeah, I'm just getting stupid now, but this shit just pisses me the fuck off. Women are the stupidest fucking people on the planet, and I have a bias, whatever. No, women have single-handedly fucked the entire world up. This is what happens when you give women power. You get what you fucking deserve.
They are choosing not to do what they are biologically designed to do, which is pursue women. Try to sow the seeds. I know you might cringe at that, but that is literally what men are biologically designed to do. And modern young men feel no need to do that.
Oh, believe me, they feel plenty of need in the fucking morning when they wake up and they got a fucking hard one ready to go, baby. Like, I'm just fucking around, but no, like, dude, this is another thing women do not understand. It is a goddamn curse to be this horny, man. Okay, like, I'm not trying to get weird or nothing, but like, no, dude, you think guys like, I'm not saying that guys are just zombies when they're horny or nothing, but like, dude, and I'm not saying it's like torture really, but like these, dude, it is a curse. Okay, guys like me, we're like, when we get horny for the fucking 5th time in an hour, we're like, God, make it stop. It's not awesome. It's terrible. And then these guys have no outlet to solve the problem. And then you're going to say, why the fuck are you watching porn? I'm sorry. This shit's hilarious. And don't get me wrong. No, I think, and, whatever. I'll just outright and say I'm a hypocrite for saying it. I think porn is terrible. But here, and I'll talk about that in another video if I ever make that video. No, I don't think porn is like bad for you, but this is why you need people to, I don't want dads to be like, hey son, this is how you watch porn. But it's like, I mean, you need a guy to tell young dudes when they're growing up, like, listen, the stuff you're seeing there, it looks awesome, but first of all, and I don't want to, this is weird, but like, I've tried some of the stuff in porn. It like, just imagine, if you're a guy watching this, just imagine the thing you think like, oh man, that'd be awesome if I didn't realize. It's really not. It's really not, dude. Like, the stuff you see in porn looks amazing, but then you actually try it and you're like, this is fucking dumb, man. Like I'm just being real. Like, and this is the conversation. This is what I'm saying. This is what you need your dad. Like, truly. Like, if there are dads out there that do this, I don't think that's weird. Like, if you have a son, you're like, dude, listen, porn looks great, but it's not. Don't think girls want that stuff, because girls don't want that stuff, man. If they do, they're fucking weird, man, and you do not want to take them seriously, okay? That's one thing. But no, I mean, I truly think porn is a sin. Like I don't know. I'm conflicted with it. I do think it's a sin to consume it, but and that's where I'm struggling, because I'm just like, dude, what am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? I truly cannot find someone that is wife material. And then these other kids, these guys, are like, what are they supposed to do? Like, yes, temptation is a thing. That's where I think it's a sin. But it's just like, if you can responsibly use it, and you're not hurting anybody. I treat women with the utmost respect. I'm not bragging. I'm a gentleman to everybody. I treat everybody nice. I'm a good person. I do not, whatever. But so I'm conflicted. I really don't know what to say to that. I think you can responsibly use porn. I do not think it's good for you. It's the same as cigarettes and alcohol. You can responsibly use the stuff, okay? And in a world like this, really, what do you expect men to do? And I'm not trying to say like, oh, well, you need to masturbate. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Like, obviously, you can just not masturbate and get like blue balls or whatever. I don't fucking know. But like, it's just a fucking big problem. And truly, I don't know a solution to that. Like, I'm not saying, like, oh, yeah, just get a girlfriend so you can fuck them. But that was the whole point! You got married when you were young, because, like, man, I want to fuck, man. Like, oh, my God. It's just, this shit is just, there's this, what's the solution, truly? That's where I'm just like, man, I don't know what to do.
And I'm sure some of that is because modern dating is a shit show, and I want you guys to be clear. I know that. I understand that.
Yeah, but you really don't.
Like, why would these guys go out and date and try to find connections when they can have parasocial relationships with OnlyFans girls and sex workers online?
As I've already said, it's because they don't get the chance. They have no opportunities. Men find solutions to problems. I disagree with that solution completely. I think you're a fucking loser if you pay, if you're a simp. Basically, I think you're a fucking loser. But at the same time, like, okay, like, I'm gonna be honest. I've talked to some of these people in real life, and when you actually talk to people in real life, you start kind of not being a dick. So, I mean, like, no, I think they're making the wrong choice. But on the internet, you'd be like, oh, you dumb simp. But like in real life, it's like, yeah, I mean, I kind of get where you're coming from. Like the dudes I've talked to like this, yeah, they're fucking ugly as shit. They're never gonna get girls like that. But that's not the problem. They're not even getting girls as ugly as them. Because those girls think they're 10s. That's the problem. Yes, I agree that irresponsible porn usage will hurt them, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, no. So, I mean, anyway, that was really all this video is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Honestly, after a while, I just started ranting and whatever. But, hopefully the beginning is more concise and then people watch this whole way and, whatever. But I don't know, but at the end of the day, like, no, like, obviously I have nothing against Brett Cooper. I actually find her extremely attractive, but I know I can never get her, but yeah, no, that's me simping for her, but whatever. But yeah, no, like, for real, like, I have no hate for the Daily Wire or anything like that, like, I've already explained all this, but no, I mean, like, honestly, I want to be taken seriously, like, I'm goofy and whatnot, but that's kind of the point, like, I want people to listen to me and be entertained while I'm listening, and, like, I want people like the Daily Wire to hear me. And, like, I'm not special, my shit stinks like everybody else, but, like, these are the kinds of, like, I'm not trying to praise myself, but, like, I get this stuff, and I can explain it, I think, and I just wish the Daily Wire would see people like me, not me, I'm not trying to make this about me, I'm just saying they need to see these people and listen to them, because they do good work, and they could be doing more, but they just can't, because they're not like those people. But anyway, if you actually watched this far in the video, you're a fucking legend. I love you. You should subscribe to this channel and blah, blah, blah. I'll maybe make some videos like this more if people watch them. But, like, yeah, no. Or other than that, if you subscribe, just watch me shit on fucking noobs on Call of Duty because I'm a fucking Call of Duty. God, I can pro 720 quickscope noobs, okay? Anyway, yeah, I'll see you later.